call the roll? Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa.
Here.
Councilman Grover.
Here.
Councilman Torres. Councilman Gonzalez. Councilman Keenan. Councilman Cedeno.
Here.
Councilman Mazza.
Here.
President Gall.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. At this time, will you all please stand for a prayer and pledge allegiance led by Councilman Frank Questa.
Almighty God, as we legislate for our community and instill the sense of justice and fair play permeate all we do. Above all, may we seek out your holy will. Give us the strength to follow it, regardless of all human considerations. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we have public speaking. If you can step forward, state your name and address for the record. Any citizen, a resident, like the city council, any matter, step forward, state your name and address for the record. You have 5 minutes to do so you may do so at this time.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening. Samuel Muhammad. 32 Elmwood Place, Elizabeth, New Jersey. On behalf of Elizabeth LLC, I would like to thank the Elizabeth City Council for your help with our stop violence cookouts. We really appreciate your help and participation. Our next one will be on Saturday, August 17, 2013. From 4 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. at Maryland Fair. Also, I would like to thank the City Council for whatever input you gave in helping Sharif Tank receive justice. We know that this doesn't happen too often in America, and we just witnessed one of the greatest injustices in the Trayvon Martin case. I would just like to say to this City Council, that you're one of the best at helping the oppressed and downtrodden. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Like the City Council to do that. Any resident, taxpayer, like the City Council to matter, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Once again, any resident, taxpayer, like the City Council to matter, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none. Close this worship meeting. Public hearing.
Ordinance number 4387, an ordinance creating the Elizabeth Tourism Improvement District and designating the Elizabeth Destination Marketing Organization as the District Management Corporation as amended.
You have to read order number 4387. Anyone here from the public like to address order? Speak on order number 4387. Seeing none.
Ordinance number 4388, amend Chapter 13.16.130B2, Chapter 13.16.130B3A, Chapter 13.16.130B3B, and H of the Code of the City of Elizabeth entitled Sewer Service System, specifically to increase sewer rates and augment the language thereof.
You have to read order number 4388. Anyone here like to address, speak on order number 4388, please step forward at this time. Seeing none, close the motion. Public hearing regarding order number 4391 has been canceled.
Ordinance number 4392, amend Chapter 17.52 of the Code of the City of Elizabeth entitled Fees, specifically Section 17.52.40, list of property owners to be notified of a public hearing to conform with state statute.
You have to read order number 4392. Anyone here like to address order number 4392? Once again, anyone here like to address order number 4392? Seeing none.
Ordinance number 4393, authorize the execution of a lease agreement between the City of Elizabeth and the Elizabeth, New Jersey 13 to June 18, 2014, at an annual fee of $1.
You have to read order number 4393. Anyone here like to address order number 4393? Seeing none, close the portion.
Ordinance number 4394, authorize the adoption of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Flood Damage Prevention Ordinance.
You have to read order number 4394. Anyone here like to speak on order number 4394? Once again, anyone here like to speak on order number 4394? Seeing none, close the portion.
Ordinance number 4395, granting encroachment permit to GES Groundwater Environmental Services, Neptune, New Jersey, to perform environmental work consisting of one groundwater monitoring well within the public right-of-way of Denton Street across from 654 South Broad Street.
You have to read order number 4395. Anyone here would like to speak on order number 4395? Once again, anyone here would like to speak on order number 4395? Seeing none, close the portion of the meeting.
Ordinance number 4396, granting encroachment permit to Kleinfelder, Hamilton, New Jersey, to perform environmental work consisting of two temporary monitoring points within the public right-of-way of 460 Elizabeth Avenue.
You have to read order number 4396. Anyone here would like to speak on order number 4396? Seeing none, close this portion.
Ordinance number 4397, granting encroachment permit to Tyree Environmental Corporation, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, to perform environmental work consisting of one groundwater monitoring well within the public right-of-way along East Jersey Street in the sidewalk west of Winfield Scott Plaza.
You have to read order number 4397. Anyone here would like to speak on order number 4397? Once again, anyone here would like to speak on order number 4397? Seeing none, close the portion of the meeting.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I just have one question. Why was the public hearing on 4391 postponed or canceled?
Oh, yeah, that's about the liquor license. On that, Councilman. Good.
It has to do with the liquor license. There's an issue about the purchase of the property and the liquor license. I'm not sure 100% of the specifics.
Okay. Not delay anything that we can have a public hearing, just have it another time, right?
That's right.
The other question, Mr. President, ordinance 4388, I thought was tabled.
What?
4388.
Oh, yeah, on the sewer. I think that's what you're.
When we come to the point of voting, I think we were supposed to have that tabled for a while.
Yeah, I understand, we understand it. I think the way, Tony had mentioned to us that he's going to wait until sometime, I think next week, we should have something by that time.
Right.
And then we have the opportunity, because I did speak to him about that, yesterday. And he said, we should hear something back, I guess, before we have our next meeting.
Right, so this should not be up for vote.
Well, being here, we always can have an opportunity to withdraw.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the way I see it.
Can we table this?
I understand we don't put it on, but I understand we can withdraw it.
It's on final passage, so we couldn't withdraw it. So that would move the table.
Wait, what do you want to postpone it? What do you want to do?
I'd rather we table it until we get some information. That's what I thought we were going to do. I don't know why this is on. Because they were supposed to have a,
Mediation.
But that's what I'm saying, we're having mediation sometime in the office, right?
vote on an ordinance.
Want to table it?
When that time comes, it's not there in the agenda. We're not there at that point in the agenda.
Want to table it?
We're not at that point yet.
Okay.
I just asked some questions.
Okay. Because another mediation will take place, I think, at that conversation.
We're not going to do anything until that happens. That's my understanding.
With the consent of my colleague, I will dispense with the reading of the petition, communication, and report of city office, and move on to ordinance on first reading.
Ordinance number 4398, rescind ordinance number 4094, adopted January 12, 2010, which authorized the establishment of a personalized handicap parking for Jose Cortez Cedeno, 601 3rd Avenue.
You have to read order number 4398. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Cedeno.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gollman.
Aye. Ordinance passes. First reading.
Ordinance number 4399, rescind ordinance number 3487, adopted January 28, 2003, which authorized the establishment of a personalized handicap parking space for Mercedes Delafe, 926 and a half South Street.
You have to read order number 4399. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Cedeno.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gollman.
Aye, seven ayes. Ordinance passes on first reading.
Ordinance number 4400, rescind ordinance number 3798, adopted February 28, 2006, which authorized the establishment of a personalized handicap parking space for Sandra M. Mayers Allen, 917 McLean Street.
You have to read order number 4400. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Cedeno.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gollman.
Aye, seven ayes. Ordinance passes on first reading.
Ordinance number 4401, rescind ordinance number 4332, adopted October 9, 2012, approving payment in lieu of taxes, financial agreement for a long-term tax exemption with E4 Family Homes Urban Renewal LP for construction of a development located at 158, 168 First Street, 212, 214 3rd Street, and 200, 206 3rd Street.
You have to read order number 4401. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Cedeno.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gollman.
Aye. Public hearing and public consideration of one ordinance shall take place at the city council meeting to be held Tuesday, August 27, 2013, at 7:30 p.m. Ordinance on final passage.
Ordinance number 4387. Ordinance creating the Elizabeth Tourism Improvement District and designating the Elizabeth Destination Marketing Organization as the District Management Corporation as amended.
You have to read the order number 4387. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Cedeno.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gollman.
Aye, seven ayes.
Ordinance number 4388, amend chapter 13.16.130B2, 13.16.130B3A, 13.16.130B3B and H of the Code of the City of Elizabeth entitled Sewer Service System, specifically to increase sewer rates and augment the language thereof.
You have to read the order number 4388. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Mr. President, and maybe our attorney can advise us, we've already had a public hearing on this.
That's correct.
we table it, but we will have to do the public hearing again.
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be the same date.
It'll be the same date.
It'll be August 23rd.
Because my recollection at the last week council meeting was that this issue was going to be put off until this mediation occurred. And I think that was what we had discussed, that we were going to hold off on voting on this item until we heard back from the mediation, how successful that mediation will be.
That's correct. Mediation is the cycle of August.
I make a motion to table this until we get to that point. Yes, 43.
So I have a motion to take order number 4388. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Councilman President. Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye. So that's order number 4388 has been tabled.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Just a quick question, please. Was this item on the agenda by mistake? In other words, we tabled the item at the,
As you recall, in our pre-council meeting, I believe we decided to put it on. That's what I was, when that evening of our meeting, we decided to put it on. Everybody said to put it on.
I don't remember, I don't recall that.
There you go.
We had tabled it at the last meeting, and we were going to keep it on the table until we got some answers on this. That's what I thought.
I think what's confounding this is that the mediation date has changed. It was supposed to be earlier than this meeting and was moved to later than this meeting.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's why we're probably mediation.
That's what it was.
That's what happened.
We were supposed to have an answer by today.
I do know that we put it on. We understand that the mediation is going to take place.
And it did not, so now I think we should take it on the table.
No problem, so we'll table it until the mediation.
I think you're right, Councilor.
But I do know that last meeting we did put it on.
Because we thought we were going to have a mediation answer before today.
It's going to take place sometime before this month, before this meeting.
Right, before that's absolutely.
You okay, Councilman, you okay? Councilman, yes,
that's my recollection as well. So that's fine. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Ordinance number 4392, amend chapter 17.52 of the Code of the City of Elizabeth entitled Fees, specifically section 17.52.40, list of property owners to be notified of a public hearing to conform with state statute.
You have to read order number 4392, with your pleasure.
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Ayes, seven ayes, order passes, final pass.
Ordinance number 4393, authorize the execution of a lease agreement between the City of Elizabeth and the Elizabeth, New Jersey Corps of the Salvation Army of New York Corporation for the use of the city-owned property located at 1018 East Grand Street to provide emergency shelter for homeless individuals for the period June 18, 2013 to June 18, 2014 at an annual fee of $1.
You have to read order number 4393, what's your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Ayes, seven ayes, order passes, final pass.
Ordinance number 4394, authorize the adoption of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Flood Damage Prevention Ordinance.
You have to read order number 4394, what's your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Ayes, seven ayes, order passes, so final.
Ordinance number 4395, granting encroachment permit to GES Groundwater Environmental Services, Neptune, New Jersey, to perform environmental work consisting of one groundwater monitoring well within the public 4394 South Broad Street.
Third reading order number 4394. What's your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. I think I said 4395, sorry. Order number 4395. What's your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye, 7 ayes. Ordinance is filed.
Ordinance number 4396, granting encroachment permit to Kleinfelder, Hamilton, New Jersey, to perform environmental work consisting of 2 temporary monitoring points within the public right-of-way of 460 Elizabeth Avenue.
Third reading order number 4396. What's your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye. Ordinance is filed.
Ordinance number 4397, granting encroachment permit to Tyree Environmental Corporation, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, to perform environmental work consisting of 1 groundwater monitoring well within the public right-of-way along East Jersey Street in the sidewalk west of Winfield Scott Plaza.
Third reading order number 4397. What's your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. Any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye, 7 ayes. What passed on final? Have motion to suspend the suspension of the rules, please.
So moved, Mr. President.
Moved by Councilman Keenan.
Second.
Second by Councilman Grover. Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye.
Letter dated July 3rd, 2013, from the Director of Health and Human Services requesting authorization for the proper city officials to apply, accept, and sign all appropriate documents for the continuation of the HOP program from the City of Newark Department of Administration, Bureau of Research and Program Development for the period January 1, 2014 to December 31st, 2014.
You have to read the resolution. What's your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. Comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye, 7 ayes. Resolution passed.
Letter dated July 12, 2013, from the Director of Redevelopment Housing of the Housing Authority of the City of Elizabeth, requesting that your honorable body consider an ordinance approving the payment in lieu of taxes financial agreement for a long-term tax exemption with E4 Family Homes Urban Renewal LP for a new construction development located at 158, 168 First Street and 106 Fourth Street. Elizabeth.
You have a reasonable resolution. What's your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second. Comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Grover.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye. All the resolutions passed.
Letter dated July 12, 2013, from the Director of Planning and Community Development, requesting that your honorable body consider to support the application of Mar Acquisition Group LLC for funding from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs in an amount not to exceed $975,000, with the maximum amount allowed in accordance with the Neighborhood Enhancement Program guidelines to convert an existing vacant mixed-use structure containing 2 residential units located at 313, 315 Second Street into a 100% residential structure containing 6 residential units.
You have to read the resolution, wait your pleasure.
The resolution for a vote, Mr.
Move
President.
that second, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye, all resolution passes.
Letter dated July 12, 2013, from the Director of Planning and Community Development, requesting that your honorable body consider to support the application of 82 First Street Elizabeth Housing LLC's application for funding from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs in an amount not to exceed $1 million, or the maximum amount allowed in accordance with the Neighborhood Enhancement Program guidelines, to demolish an existing vacant 3-unit apartment building located at 82 First Street, Elizabeth, and construct a new 6-unit apartment building.
You have to read the resolution, wait your pleasure.
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye, resolution passes.
Confirm the reappointment of the following to serve as municipal public defenders for the municipal court for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2014, at a rate of $300 per session for a total amount not to exceed $140,000. Candido Rodriguez Jr., Elizabeth, as Chief Municipal Defender at an additional compensation of $5,000. Deanna Hernandez Rodriguez, Elizabeth, Janima K. Odoms, Scotch Plains, Deidre M. Mason, Scotch Plains, Celeste Dudley Smith, Union, Nuno Alfonso, Elizabeth, Jubilio Alfonso, Elizabeth, Linda Scott Foster, Elizabeth, Marie M. Diaz, Elizabeth, and Lisa A. Perez, Newark, New Jersey.
You have to read the resolution, wait your pleasure.
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye, all resolution passes.
Introduce and approve the Midtown Elizabeth Special Improvement District calendar year 2013 budget in the amount of $272,059.
You have to read the resolution, wait your pleasure.
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Move that second, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Ball.
Aye, resolution passes. Public hearing for further consideration to be held Tuesday, August 27, 2013.
Approve the city's fiscal year 2012 corrective action plan concomitant with the fiscal year 2012 audit report. In compliance with state fiscal year 2014 Appropriations Act, City Council is requested to approve all payments related to accumulated uncompensated absence benefits. Authorize the proper city officials to execute an agreement with the Elizabeth Parking Authority for the rental of 25 parking spaces in lot number 6 and 300 parking spaces in lot number 2 at a rate of $25 per parking space per month for the period July 1st, 2013 through June 30, 2014 at a total cost of $97,500 per year. Authorize the award of a contract to American Hose and Hydraulic Company, Patterson, New Jersey, for the purchase of miscellaneous automotive and hydraulic truck parts and repairs for road maintenance equipment for various departments for the period June 30, 2013 through October 28, 2014 at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorize the proper city officials to execute a third-party agreement with SHI International, Somerset, New Jersey, for the purchase of software, licensing, and training for an automated system for the Bureaus of Construction and Zoning at a total cost of $24,531. Authorize the renewal of the contract with International Healthcare Services, care of Dimensional Management, Uniondale, New York, for the continuation of HMO dental coverage for city employees for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2016, at a cost not to exceed $245,000. Authorize the award of contract to Dr. Michael R. Zabowski, Elizabeth Services Physician, for the Elizabeth Police Department for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2014, at a fee not to exceed $20,000. Authorize the award of contract to Kane University Union for data processing and telecommunication technical consulting services for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2014, at a cost not to exceed $50,500. Authorize proper city officials to execute a contract with Equifax Workforce Solutions, St. Louis, Missouri, to provide the city with unemployment force control services for the period June 30, 2013 to June 30, 2015, at a total cost of $7,520. Authorize the award of contract for Verizon Healthcare Dental Services, Farmingdale, New Jersey, to provide city employees with a dental insurance program for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2015, at a cost not to exceed $925,000 per year, or a total amount not to exceed $1,850,000, covering a 2-year period. Authorize the award of contract to William H. Malone, Paramus, New Jersey, to provide the city with insurance management consulting services for the period July 1, 2012 through June 30, 2013, at a flat fee of $25,000.
You have the reading of the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolutions for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah, Councilman, question.
Mr. President, if anyone, perhaps you, would be kind enough to, someone else, kind enough to refresh my memory about this contract with Kane University, what exactly is it that we get? I read what it says here, and I remember that this is taking place. We have done this before, I'm aware of that. I would like someone to refresh my recollection of what exactly we get from Kane University with the contract. Sorry? Does anybody remember?
No.
Sorry, Mr. President, I don't know how to deal with it. It's okay.
You're entitled to it because I know you've been on vacation away and you're trying to make the false times, okay?
Okay, I will look into it.
Okay,
Here is.
the resolution states its design and integration of the complete implementation of geographic information system, design and implementation of a fully integrated public safety human resource payroll system, completing design interfaces of the financial system, preliminary design of a payroll system, implementing the design of emergency response system, and design specifications for tax collection and related assessment systems.
So it's a general contract to the university, not to an individual per se.
No, it's just to the university to provide service. It's a service contract.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Okay, roll call. Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye. All resolution passed.
Authorize proper city officials to execute an indemnification agreement with the Elizabeth Board of Education covering the city's utilization of Board of Education facilities during the 2013-2014 fiscal year. Authorize the award of a contract to New York Marine and General Insurance Company, Midlands Management Corporation, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, through the agent of record, Sirocco Group, for a policy of insurance covering excess insurance on workers' compensation for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2014, at an annual premium of $218,753. Authorize the award of a contract to Jetback Inc., Northville, Michigan, for parts and repairs for road maintenance equipment for the Department of Public Works for the period June 24, 2013 to October 28, 2013 at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Cherry Valley Tractor Sales, Marlton, New Jersey, for the purchase of parts and repairs for lawn and grounds equipment for the period June 24, 2013 through June 28, 2014 at a cost not to exceed $100,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Old Dominion Brush Company, Richmond, Virginia, for the purchase of parts and repairs for road maintenance equipment for the period June 24, 2013 through October 28, 2013 at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Store Tractor Company, Branchburg, New Jersey, for the purchase of parts and repairs for lawn and grounds equipment for various departments for the period June 24, 2013 through June 28, 2014, at a cost not to exceed $100,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Garden State Highway Products, Vineland, New Jersey, for the purchase of breakaway U-posts and sign supports for the Department of Public Works for the period June 24, 2013 through June 30, 2014, at a cost not to exceed $50,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Store Tractor Company, Branchburg, New Jersey, for the purchase of 2 leaf mulching kits for the Toro tractor in the amount of $1,501.76. Authorize the award of a contract to Public Service Electric and Gas Company, Somerset, New Jersey, for the installation of 17 14-foot Classic 1 poles with fixtures at the O'Brien Playground in the amount of $52,695.83. Authorize the award of contract to Game Time Care of MRC, Spring Lake, New Jersey, for the purchase of playground equipment for O'Brien Playground at a total cost of $79,252.49. Authorize the award of contract to Modern Office Systems, New York, New York, for the purchase of evidence lockers for the police department at a total cost of $17,194.80. Amend the resolution adopted February 13, 2013, awarding a contract to Firefighter One LLC for the purchase of equipment for the police department, specifically to increase the amount of the contract and an additional $200,000 for the purchase of additional equipment.
You have the reading of the resolution, what is your pleasure?
Move the resolution to a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan. Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye, resolution passed.
Authorize proper city officials to participate in the U.S. Communities Purchasing Alliance National Cooperative Pricing Program, Walnut Creek, California, for the purchase of solar panels. Authorize the award of a contract to Rico Americas Corporation, West Caldwell, New Jersey, for the maintenance of existing photocopiers for the period July 1, 2013 through June 30, 2014 in an amount not to exceed $45,000. Amend the resolution adopted August 28, 2012, awarding a contract to Concord Engineering to provide energy consulting services for the period August 28, 2012 to August 27, 2013 at a cost not to exceed $100,000, specifically to extend the term of the contract to August 27, 2014 at no extra cost. Authorize proper city officials to permit Nubaloo's Transport LLC, Perth Amboy, New Jersey, to operate as an autobus pursuant to Chapter 5.16 of the Code of the City of Elizabeth. Authorize the award of contract with the law firm of McCourt, Bundy, Barrett, and Kinsella, Esquires, Union, New Jersey, to provide the city with legal services in defense of civil litigation in auto general liability cases and matters included within the city's self-insurance program for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2014, at a cost not to exceed $450,000, except as specifically authorized by City Council. Authorize the award of a contract with the law firm of McCourt, Bundy, Barrett, and Kinsella Esquires, Union, New Jersey, to provide the city with legal services in defense of workers' compensation cases and matters included within the city's partial self-insurance program for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2014, and was not to exceed $150,000, except as specifically authorized by City Council. Authorizing award of respective contracts to Kaloji and Smith Esquire, Linden, Robert F. Renaud Esquire, Cranford, Peter H. Spade Esquire, Manasquan, Guy P. Ryan Esquire, Toms River, Craig M. Dowd, Woodland Park, Alan C. Roth, Springfield, Daniel Antonelli, Union, Janice M. Wilson, Westfield, Raymond S. Londa, Elizabeth, and Florio and Kenny, LLP, Hoboken, to serve as legal counsel for the representation of the city and city employees in tort litigation where the law firm of McCourt, Bundy, Barrett, and Kinsella Esquires had a conflict of interest for the period July 1, 2013 to June 30, 2014, at a cost not to exceed $65,000 per attorney. Authorize proper city officials to enter into a contract with Acacia Financial Group, Marlton, New Jersey, to provide financial advisory services in connection with the city's issuance of municipal and sewer utility debt obligations, including bonds and bond anticipation notes, and any other financial analysis deemed necessary for fiscal year 2014 in an amount not to exceed $40,000. Authorize proper city officials to enter into a contract with Powell Capital Markets, Inc., Roseland, New Jersey, to provide financial advisory services in connection with the city's issuance of municipal and sewer utility debt obligations, including bonds and bond anticipation notes and any other financial analysis deemed necessary for fiscal year 2014 in an amount not to exceed $40,000. Authorize the award of a contract to the law firm of Takaris, Patrick and Cole, Teaneck, New Jersey, to provide the city with bond counsel services in connection with the city's issuance of debt obligations for fiscal year 2014 at a cost not to exceed $60,000.
You had to read the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Any comments?
Yes, Mr. President. Can we get an explanation? Apparently, it looks like a duplication of the same coverage. One is under the Powell Capital Markets, the other one under Acacia Financial Group, in order to provide financial advisory services in connection with blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. Looks like it's a repetition of coverage, but we're paying two different identities. Why?
Which one was it, Councilman?
The last two before the last at the bottom. The authorized policy official to enter into a contract with Acacia Financial Group, and then the one below authorized the policy official to enter in a contract with Powell Capital Markets. They both $40,000 each, and we give them the same coverage. Why are we having the two contracts? We're covering the same thing.
Professional services.
Yeah, but what do we? It's covered the same thing.
I think it's too different.
It's too different.
The language to me that you just read is the same. What is the difference? Where do you people see the difference? I don't see the difference.
Look different to me, Councilman. What is it you're asking of me?
If you buy a Mercedes 2013, you buy two Mercedes. They're both blue, they're both the same Mercedes. Why are we paying for two Mercedes? They only need one, the same coverage.
All depends on what you have in the city.
I know, but this is the same language, Mr. President. If you read it yourself again,
might be getting different.
I understand, the language was tell me is
One,
different.
one might have air conditioning, one might not have air.
Yeah, but that's the mistake. This is not written, this is the taxpayers'
I
money.
was using, Councilman, I was using the term.
Right.
This term. If you had some comments to, when you was concerned, you had more information from this. Now, pre-council meeting, council, we had overall.
And Mr. President,
That information.
I agree with you, but at the pre-council meeting, I think we roll down the paperwork and we get a chance to review over the weekend and whatever, now we're getting again. Personally, I see the language, if any other councilman is different, than the way I see it. The
No,
language.
we do see it differently because the,
Can I interject here?
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think this is similar to the reason why we have, and we hire different attorneys. We have different attorneys, they all do the same work, but you need a variety so that they can give different services at different times. If one is busy, that's what both of them are doing financial services, but they're not the same exact service. Maybe one, he gets called for one service, and another gets called for another, just like we hire attorneys, one will do one thing, another will do another. That's what this is, being the difference in one to the other. I think that's the explanation that needs to be brought forward.
And council, you have the option to abstain if either one of you do not please with you.
I mean,
Prerogative.
Mr. President, not to debate again, so I think the councilman is trying to explain, but the job that this particular company brought to them, they're doing the same description which is displaying, and it's pertaining to utility debt obligation, including bonds, bond anticipation notes, and any other financial analysis deemed necessary for the fiscal year 2014 in the amount not to exceed $40,000. The same language for other contractors, said the same language. It doesn't tell me that this particular contract will take care of O'Brien soccer field or Water Hills sewer line. If that will tell me different, why hire two people to do the same job? Doesn't make sense. It's my understanding, and I'm sure that the other council, they understand the same way.
No, we don't, that's your
Don't
understanding.
say we, it's you.
Just say you.
No, let's say you, don't say we.
You the one
I'm not
saying we. You said
Don't interrupt.
I think it's two different services, like I say, each council person has the right to abstain if you're not pleased with, and as a.
Mr. President, not to debate again, but that's what I need an explanation. That's why we have the law department.
Councilman,
It's not the way I wanted to vote. I'm here for the progress, not for the regress.
you also, I repeat again, we also had over a month to review this. When we had our pre-council meeting, we can ask questions, we ask questions when we read these at the pre-council. The object is then to ask the question, and you do not feel that you're satisfied with those questions or answers at that time. You have the right to hold it up until you get the answer that you're seeking. Now, you did not ask for any information on these when we had a pre-council meeting, council, so that felt that we were satisfied.
Well, Mr. President, I make a motion to table those two items until further information I will be able to get.
Well, you're making a motion, council.
To table, yes, I make a motion to table those two items.
You're making a motion, council. If anyone will second that, I would grant it. But I know what doesn't, then we move on.
Should there's somebody to second this?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you.
Okay. I have a motion to table, yes, right? Which one, both or one?
Both of them.
Okay. By Councilman Mazza and second by Councilman Sedano. At this time, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Augustine?
No.
Councilman Questa?
Aye.
Councilman Rowland?
Aye.
Councilman Keenan?
Aye.
Councilman Sedan?
Aye.
Councilman Mazza?
Aye.
President Gollman?
This table, but a different scope. This is scope.
Thank you.
All right, roll call, please.
Yeah, I have to read down the other one. This one's table. Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Madam Clerk, I'll abstain on the contracts and all the conflict attorney contracts. I and everything else.
Councilman Keenan. Aye. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gollman.
Aye. All resolutions passed.
Authorize proper city officials to enter into a contract with Louis C. May, CPA, and Associates, Kinnelon, New Jersey, to conduct statutory audits of the general fund, sewer utility, other funds, and single audit of federal and state grants for fiscal year 2014 and 5-year comparative statements in an amount not to exceed $212,000. Authorize proper city officials to enter into a contract with the law firm of Blau & Blau Esquire, Springfield, New Jersey, to provide the city with legal services in conjunction with tax appeal cases for fiscal year 2014 in an amount not to exceed $130,000. Authorize the proper city officials to enter into a contract with Stack, Houlihan and Stack LLC, Hoboken, New Jersey, to provide the city with expert real estate appraisal services in connection with state tax court appeals for fiscal year 2014 in an amount not to exceed $78,000. Authorize the proper city officials to enter into an agreement with Easter Seal Senior Community Service Employment Program for senior citizens who work at Office of Aging Programs become compensated for their time by Easter Seals for the period July 1, 2013 through June 30, 2014. Authorize the increase for indigent burial stipend in the Department of Health and Human Services budget from $550 to $1,000. Authorize proper city officials to execute all necessary documents to discharge the second mortgage held by the city on the property located at 178 183rd Street and the cancellation of the affordability agreement. Support the application of McGill Real Estate Holdings LLC Elizabeth to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for Neighborhood Enhancement Program funds in an amount not to exceed $1,050,000 to acquire, rehabilitate an existing vacant mixed and non-conforming use structure located at 279 2nd Street into a 6-unit residential structure. Support the application of McGill Real Estate Holdings LLC Elizabeth to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for Neighborhood Enhancement Program funds in an amount not to exceed $1,350,000 to demolish an existing vacant and dilapidated 1-unit structure located at 1175 Mary Street and construct a 6-unit apartment building with 9 off-street parking spaces. Authorize the postponement of a rental housing program second mortgage held by the city on the property located at 454 Greer Avenue. Establish liens for the boarding up of properties listed on Schedule A on file in the city clerk's office in the total amount of $2,392.46. Establish liens for the removal and disposal of debris on properties listed on Schedule A on file in the city clerk's office in the total amount of $4,245.05. Establish a lien for the replacement of the sidewalk on the property located at 908 Olive Street in the amount of $1,008.77.
You hear the reading of the resolution, what is your pleasure?
Move the resolution to a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded, comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
Aye.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gollman.
Aye, so that's all resolution passed.
Authorize change order number 1 to the contract awarded to Screen Conditioning Systems, Inc. for the furnishing of preventive maintenance and emergency repair service for heating, air conditioning, and automatic temperature control systems, specifically to provide for additional repairs and maintenance services in the amount of $33,195.25, representing final closeout of the contract. Authorize the award of contract to Hatch Jersey, to provide civil engineering services in connection with the Elizabeth River Flood Control Project, emergency maintenance and design services at a cost not to exceed $1,130,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Hatchmont McDonald, Millburn, New Jersey, to provide design and construction management services for the cleaning and closed-circuit TV inspection of the Western Interceptor at a cost not to exceed $105,000. Authorize the award of a contract to BlackRock Enterprises LLC, Old Bridge, New Jersey, for the milling and resurfacing of Broad Street, North Broad Street, and West Jersey Street at a cost of $529,871.05. Authorize the proper city officials to execute all appropriate documents to the Union County Open Space, Recreation, and Historic Preservation Kids Recreation Trust Fund in an amount not to exceed $172,000 to work with the Elizabeth Conservancy to construct an environmental education center on 3rd Avenue and Doyle Street. Delete the handicap parking space from in front of the premises located at 648 Jefferson Avenue. Permit Mel Productions, Inc., on behalf of the Elizabeth Latin Chamber of Commerce, to conduct their 31st annual Carnival Elizabeth to be held on Labor Day weekend, September 1st and 2nd, 2013, between the hours of 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Elizabeth Avenue from New Point Road to 4th Street with a rain date of August 31st. Appoint Mr. Stavros E. Corellis, Elizabeth, to serve as a constable in and for the city of Elizabeth for a term of 3 years. Authorize settlement in the workers' compensation litigation matter of Zach versus City of Elizabeth in the total amount of $17,820. Declare the month of September 2013 as Prostate Cancer Awareness. Support President Obama's immigration reform proposal. Pay utility bills, bingo, and raffle licenses.
You have to read the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusting.
No one to change on it, I and everything else.
Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Bogo.
Abstain on the BlackRock. Aye, everything else.
Councilman Keenan. Aye. Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Cole.
Aye. All those pass. Accommodations. Memorial Nancy Petita, wife of Anthony Petita, Public Works Department, Franco Di Amico, Gerardina Nadira. Annual memorial.
Yes, Mr. President. I just want to add Ariel De La Cruz.
De La Cruz. Ariel.
Ariel De La Cruz.
And then Naomi Smith. Naomi Smith.
Annual Smith. Annual memorial. Could you please stand for memorial? Motion to adjourn.